I was about to make a bunch of different videos for different reasons. I just upgraded my Spirit Master to 10, and then this month I'll have enough pages to get it to 11. I was gonna focus. Like I have 2 levels. I'm 2 levels away from max on robot, but I just really like Spirit Master. And I feel like whenever you use a book at higher levels, you should probably be using books on event creatures, because the best way to get them is to either grind for a really long time at the rate of, what is this, 50, 150, 250, 400 an event at max, and then it costs what, 1,800 per thing. And once you start getting into like higher levels where you need 2 and 3, what's it called? Once you start needing like 2 and 3 copies, because even at 10 I already need 2 copies. At 13 you need 3. It starts to get really ridiculous to try to grind for that amount of time, or to continuously pay the $10 for the guaranteed one. Because if you don't already know, but you should, the $10 for the 800 event points is basically what you'll need once you get to around to 4,200. 4,200 is the max number, and that's when you'll get everything. And then you'll get the 1,000, which means that every time this rolls around, you will definitely get a piece. But if you use a book, you won't have to get 2 pieces, and then and then the duplicates or the magic crystals. It's a whole thing. But I think I'm going to focus on Spirit Master. But that's not even what I was here to talk about. I wanted to talk about the spells. The awakenings, or the enchantments. So I never made a video on this because I didn't really completely fully understand what this is. And essentially, the essence, I have 200 essence right now because I just got it through the premium pass somewhere. Oh, excuse, a little further back. I just got the 200 essence from the premium pass, and then over the course of time, here's 100 that's free. You can get essence from the pass. Obviously, if you pay the money to get if you buy the premium pass, you'll get that 100 as well. That's free. And then I think there's one more. Or do you get 400? Do you get 400 total? Yeah, you get 400 total. So you get 200 if you buy it, and then you get 200 if you don't. So that's 400 in total, and so you can determine how you want to use that. But you need a lot of essence to upgrade your stuff, and I wouldn't even upgrade stuff until you got to legendary equipments, because once you get to a legendaries, you've pretty much solidified the equipment that you're going to use all the time. I love Enchant Sword. Apparently they're buffing things that people don't use. And I think everybody uses Spear. So hopefully, theoretically, they'll buff Sword and then my Sword will just be better. I just always like Sword because I like the damage. But I understand why Spear might be better. And I got the best enchantment that I really wanted for this, which is Enchant Monster 2. There's not an Enchant Monster 3. Enchant Monster 2 is the best one. And then I got this legendary one, and it's whenever a boss is killed, you have a 33% chance to remove a negative effect from 1 unit and stun 1 unit for 30 seconds. So the 30-second stun is great, right? And it sounds really good, but does it? A 33% chance per boss is a really low number. Even if you had this on every single equipment that you had, I don't think it would be that great. Removing a negative effect from 1 unit, so at max 3 units, maybe, it doesn't seem great. And even though the stun 1 unit by your opponent, or for your opponent, is good, It could hit a knight statue. It could hit a dryad. It could hit a whole lot of useless things. Or the thing that it does hit, so like if you're playing against like, you know, Inquisitor or something, it could hit one Inquisitor, but they might just deal enough damage with their other Inquisitors. So I don't like that one either. I was going to wait to upgrade my Hunter's Jacket, but I thought that I would show you guys something first, and that is, I keep clicking into that and I don't mean to. There we go. I never knew what all of the enchantments were. So I'm actually going to go through that, because I didn't realize that you could click in and change it, or you could view all of the enchantments. So this one doesn't have an enchantment, and it costs 400 to even just unlock an enchantment. This one has one, this one has one, and this one has one. And so that is how, once you pay the initial 400, you will get an enchantment. The enchantment you'll get it when you pass a puzzle. It's, if you've ever played BioShock, it's one of those, like tube puzzles. The easiest way to do it is to go from the end of the puzzle, like where, the tubes are supposed to go, because it has to go there. And you have to be able to, like, get it to there. If you start from where the flow starts, like where the water starts, sometimes that's a little bit more difficult than just trying to backtrace your way from the exit. If it makes me do one, I will obviously show you how I do it. But if it doesn't, I've actually wanted to use this video for something else. I never knew what enchantments there even were, what options there were, and what's a good option and what's not a good option. And so I really like the idea that, and I don't know if you can see this, if you don't have the 200, but I just noticed that I could see it. So when I click into the 200 to change the enchantment, because that's what I wanted to do, if you click on, do you click on enchantment? No. What do you click on? I know that you click onto something and you can see all of the enchantments. I mean, I technically want to change it, but I could have swore that you could like click into the, oh, do you just click the change? Oh, okay. Let's just do this instead. So they gave me either counterspell, which is what, oh no, they're giving me either dragon hunting, which is killing a boss, increases the amount of mana received by it for 25%, or just a worse version of counterspell. This was a terrible idea. I guess I keep the original? Yeah, that's pretty awful. So either I get a worse version of the thing that I currently have, or I get dragon hunting, which is definitely terrible. I guess I keep the thing that I currently have. That was awful. Oh, and apparently, however you do this, oh, here it is. I knew that you click something. Okay. So when you go into enchantment, you can click the eye icon where the armor piece is, and it actually shows you all the different enchant effects that you can get. So you can get Foundling. Killing a mini-boss by a unit of this faction has a 6% chance to summon a weakened mini-boss to the opponent's side. That's actually not terrible. It's not the worst thing. Increase the attack speed of 2 random units from the faction by 5% for 10 seconds when merged with another unit from this faction. That seems terrible and very, very specific. After summoning, increase the damage of a unit from this faction by 10% for 20 seconds. That seems okay. I think there's a better one, which is Wrath 2. Increase the damage by 15% for 20 seconds of this faction. I suppose like in a robot deck when you're constantly summoning, but if you're not constantly summoning, that will do nothing for you. 1% chance of increasing the crit damage of a unit from this faction by 3% for 10 seconds after you kill a monster. I like that it's passive. I tend to like the more passive abilities more than I like the you have to do this thing kind of abilities. So even though it's a 1% chance of increasing the crit damage, it's passive, so your card has the ability to just sit there and then it just happens. Obviously, Battle Thrill 2 is better. 1% chance of increasing the crit damage of a unit from this faction by 10% for 10 seconds after you kill a monster. I guess the fact that it's only one unit is also terrible. Yeah, I don't like any of that. Dragon Hunting we just looked at. Foundling 2, which is a better version. I think that's okay. Killing a mini-boss has a 12% chance to summon a weakened mini-boss to the opponent's side. Again, I like passive abilities. Your thing just has to just sit there, and then as you theoretically kill mini-bosses, you get a 12% chance to send one over. I think my favorite is either Enchant Monster 2. The 6% chance of summoning a charm monster and they can't be slowed. I think that's really big, like late game. And then obviously Pocket Curse is like the god tier, only good, amazing, oh my god, we got it thing. Killing a boss of the unit has a 33% chance of cursing an opponent's unit, reducing its merge rank after 5 seconds. The curse disappears when a merge happens in this tile, increasing the merge rank of an allied unit in co-op. It's literally Shaman. It's literally just Shaman every time you kill a boss. And it's a 33% chance. And if you theoretically had an entire set of nothing but Pocket Curse, that's a 99% chance. Or it's a 33% chance 3 times. Which seems okay. Even Generosity, I don't like it. 50% chance of returning 50% of your spent mana when you summon a unit from the faction. It's okay. I don't know. It saves you on mana. Like late game when your mana starts getting like really, really high. Or your summoning starts to get really, really high. It's okay. Counterspell is obviously just a worse version of Counterspell too. But I mean, like, I think my favorites are Enchant Monster and Pocket Curse, and I think everything else is pretty terrible. I think Foundling 2 is fine. I would have accepted Foundling 2. But honestly, I think everything else is just bad. I think Counterspell sounds like it should be good, but in practice, I don't feel like it is. And here's the other thing about enchantments that if you didn't know. So your faction, your what's it called? Your equipment has 3 different faction boosts. So obviously this I'm using in a Forest Alliance deck because I can get the 10% for having the three of the same faction. So you're getting the 10%. You're getting the Alliance of All Kingdoms, and then you're getting the Forest Alliance bonus. And so you're getting triple bonuses if you use Forest Faction. So obviously, whenever I'm getting these things that affect the faction, I obviously want it on Forest Faction. When you enchant an item, you don't get a choice. It just unlocks one of the things. So on here, the reason why I just don't care about Counterspell 2, another reason why I don't care about Counterspell 2 is the fact that my Counterspell right now currently only works on Kingdom of Light because that's the only thing I have unlocked. You can awaken it for 800, and then that just gives you another random thing that unlocks. So technically, if I paid the 800, which again is 2 months of paid paid premium pass, because it's 400 total, because is it 800 no, it's 400 total, because you're getting 200 for the paid side, and then you're getting 100 and then 100 on the free side. So with 2 months of paid premium pass, you can awaken something, and then where am I? Here we go. For 2 months of paid premium pass, you can awaken something, and theoretically, I could technically get Technogenic Society unlocked and then have to pay even more to awaken Forest Alliance. I lucked out on my sword, and so I'm just not gonna upgrade it at all after this. Enchant Monster 2 is what I want, and Forest Alliance is what I want. I super lucked out on this. But if you don't, and you get Counterspell, and you can't even use it, and you have to awaken, and then you could get Technogenic Society and have to pay even more after that, that's when this is going to start getting crazy. Like, if they don't give us other options, other ways of getting Essence, having to do 2 months of Premium Pass just to awaken this again, or, you know, like, because I'm probably going to re-roll this once I get the other 200, because I just don't care about Counterspell. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good in any deck. Somebody wants me to play co-op. So I'm going to end this video. That's really all I wanted to talk about. I really want to get my unlock a thing on leather, the jacket, but I thought that I could just re-roll something. When you do this whole thing for the first time and you use the enchantment when you use the enchantment for the first time, it gives you a choice of 3 options, and when I tried to re-roll it, it only gave me the choice of 2, which I think is kind of lame. But yeah, just so that you're now informed, that's how that works.